All right. Today we are chilling. Let me lower the music just a little bit. Make sure that everyone can hear me. We just chilling today. Gonna be working on some maps. I want to go kind of late, so I don't want to be too loud, unless I'll end up waking everyone up. Just make the roughness higher. This area is gonna be not as bad. Yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, gotta finish up some maps and details for D&D soon. Brand new setting, gotta have a map ready. Otherwise, like, what the fuck is the point? What is D&D without a map, you know? Maps! Welcome in, welcome in. Let me get this correct because I've forgotten about this. This one's true. Aiden, right? If it's not Aiden, then that's embarrassing. If it is Aiden, it's still embarrassing because I've forgotten your username. This is true? Yeah, okay. How you doing, Aiden? How's the day today? So this part I think is pretty fine the way it is. Don't clutter too much up. Oh, I think I stopped about here, yeah. Let's add a couple more rough parts here. Pretty good. Painted a lot of marble. Oh yeah, that shit looks sick. That looks really nice. And I mean, the picture with like everything put together, that was great. Ooh, too much. Let's just pop out a bunch of shit. That's pretty. Looks like a sprouting potato. That's what an island should look like. Have you gotten any, like, any solid responses on? That's not what I wanted to do. On the job stuff. Because I know recently you've been painting a bunch, so I'm assuming you just got hella free time. It's a bit much, but it's fine. That works. Hell, free time for now. Contract for overnight starts October. Hell yeah. Glad you got it, man. Hello? Oh, it's the wrong one. Whoa, too big. Go away. It's still too big. So the mini to the hobby store Discord and was jokingly accused of using real marble. Man said you're using real marble carving and saying it's painted. That's pretty good. What a flex, though. Can you imagine? It's just like, why is your mini so heavy? Oh, that's like actual marble. That's why. Yeah, just, you know, picked it up in the backyard. Nothing much. 2.5 hours? Yeah, no, that's great work. Keep forgetting my buttons. I don't like that. Let's just do a bunch of these. Kind of more rough ones without it being everywhere. This one, and this one, that one just there, and there. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay. Don't want to add too many like tiny spots of islands because like some spots will obviously have a lot of islands off of them. Like, this area is, like, fractured island central. And there's a lore reason for that. But, like, not everything is like that, so. Hey, Lex. Welcome in, welcome in. So, like, Aiden, the map that you were looking at earlier today encompassed this area here. Or, yeah. And so that's going to be the starting nation. You guys are going to be somewhere around here. That's the starting town. But, like, the full map is good. This is the entire region. So, pretty big. I think I'm gonna draft out an immediate family for the campaign tonight. That I don't need a world to be complete to write up a family for you to someday traumatize me with. Oh no, that's totally fair. That's actually great because I'm gonna be using remember how I went through the character creation system for Jade, where I was who was oh my god. The idea that it's like, oh, make your family have characters surrounding you, people that are connected to your character and such to make it more like fleshed out. I'm gonna be doing something very similar for the session 0 for everyone's like characters and such. Who's on the islands? What do you mean? Like all these ones? Like all these ones like scattered about, or like the ones over here? Got a lot of islands here. No, the connected islands. Which ones? Big shattering? The ones on the right? Oh, over here. Okay. What's it called? Let me see the map. Stop. Okay. I wish I could point. Just do it through the screen. I'll see it. Okay, so remember in Curse of Strahd how we started in a country called Dresna? Dresna is here. And over here, there's a bunch of just free city-states and a bunch of, like, because it's a bunch of, like, local coastal places. Yeah, this is Dresna. The tier wall is here. And then this is the Tree Walker's domain. Most of this is most of this is the Grand Kingdom of Folches, And then over here is the Isvelian Empire. And over here is the Praguetanese Empire. And I think there's this spot and this spot, maybe. I don't know. But, like, the rest is a bunch of just, like, here's a city. And they got a coast. And that's pretty much it. And, like, it's just a coastal city. That's a lot of... This part is where a lot of the pirates hang out. Because it's... The big shots are these countries over here. Well, this is a very dated map. But, like, the country that's over here, the country that's over here, and the country that's over here, those are the big shots right now in the world. So if you're farther away, and over here it's very dangerous, if you're farther away, less people are going to pay attention to you. Interesting how Dresden is not there in present day. It is. Pardon me. This overlay is old. Like, very... This is old Vinaya on the eve of war during the Age of Power. That's, like... 1,000 years before the start of the campaign. Dresna is there. Dresna in the present day is very much here. Yeah, the what's it called? Curse of Strahd, I had it set. I think I did the count the other day. I think it was like 150 years after this map. So here was people were having a rough time. And then they stopped having a rough time for a little bit and made a bunch of countries. And then they, what's it called? Then they established themselves. Although there was a bunch of communities over here and there were cultures already. The only thing is that fucking, this is a map that is supposed to be showing like the high rollers during the Age of Power. So the high rollers, the idea is that like the person who made this map in canon was from one of these nations, probably the Rumedain Empire, who's the biggest fuck off nation there. And so they were probably more like, oh, over here it's just people are having a bad time, so don't even bother with the people who live here, right? Like, there's a whole country that exists over here that just was not included. Granted, I only made that decision of making a country over here after I had made this map, because this map is very old now. But there's an in-canon explanation as to why it's not in there. It's just because whoever made this map in canon didn't care. Bam. What's the time between Curse of Strahd and the next game? Oh, now I gotta check. Let me see what I have in the doc that I sent you guys. Curse of Strahd. I scroll down. Oh, pardon me. It's 50 years into the Shadow War. When did the Shadow War begin? Obsidian. Help me. It was after the Age of Power. So the Nationalist Age. When did Shadow War start? Fall of Zaven. The Reach. Shadow War. 8309. Okay, so Curse of Strahd starts in 8359. And our campaign starts in 9145. So minus 8359. So 786 year difference. That's the difference between Curse of Strahd and the current campaign. Welcome in, Adam. Like the little poggers. It's a long ass time, goddamn. Yeah. Check your DMs. In what? In Discord or? Oh, yes. No, that's fair. 100, very, very fair. The TM is just a picture of the Westeros map, or like Game of Thrones, so it's more than Westeros. But yes, very much that does look like Westeros. I will say, if I had done that, if I made the decision to do that, whatever. Originality doesn't exist. Westeros is literally just the UK and like Ireland stacked on top of each other and like flipped around a little bit. But also, the actual land masses from this I took from like a world map generator and then tweaked a bunch of stuff. So like the computer did the stealing. This is like some, I think it was on Donjon. I think that's the name of the website. Oh, too big, too big. I'm just trying to rough out the edges of these lands because I really don't like smooth shit. Like if you look at the edges, oh pardon me, if you zoom out here, this is so curvy. I hate that. So I'm going around and like making it like a bit more jagged, which the thing that it makes it look a bit more natural, but also it helps with because I'm going to be using this map as a base template for the the other maps for like other countries. And so the idea is, because there's a create detail map, the idea would be that I can just make a square over the part that, like if I'm making a map of Terencia, I would just do this part and then zoom in. And because I already have all these tiny bits and pieces, now I could be able to work all those areas with more detail, you know, instead of having to go in later and adding all those bits and pieces. This is still current day Portohouse. Yeah. I made a realization recently because I am currently drafting up like an actual like motherfucking like introductory package, basically like the syllabus for this campaign. I was originally gonna be like, hey, the first part is going to be all like the mechanical stuff and all like the meta stuff that doesn't actually involve lore, right? It's just how the campaign is going to work and like differ from other campaigns that I've run, so on and so forth, right? And then I was gonna get into all like the lore and the character creation bits, and then I was like, this is a very long document, so I think I'm just going to omit the part about like the actual structure of the campaign and just do that as a presentation, and then the actual link that I will send out will be just, here's the lore. So it's not like, because I shit you not, I'm at like, I split the difference, I think I'm at 22 pages for this document, and I'm like, you know what, half of these things they can just hear me say, because the thing is that like I'm not trying to be like, it's supposed to work kind of like as a reference document where you can, if you ever have any questions, you can just like look back on this. I was just going to do a presentation and then that should be enough, and then you have any questions, you can look at the document or inject it into my veins. Listen, it's not all lore. A good chunk of it is literally just like, these are some of the homebrew rules that I'm using. Here's some of the other shit that I'm using, right? So not all of it is exciting. In fact, most of it is not. I'm only, like, this morning, wrote up the actual, too big, the actual, like, history, like, the more condensed one, although the first bit of history is a bit, like, important, because if you don't know that bit, then you're kind of, like, stranded with, like, how some of the stuff in this world works. So that part's kind of dense, but all the other stuff is just like, yeah, and then this happened a little bit, and then here's the Sparks notes. And it was really weird because I started, like, make it rougher. I started, like, writing out information, and I'm like, yeah, and then this happened, and then I went, no, they shouldn't know this, actually. This is not common knowledge, because I'm just trying to give you guys, like, common knowledge about the world, right? And then whatever your characters know is up to how you build your character. But, like, I was starting to put, like, deep lore shit, and I'm like, they shouldn't know this, like, in the slightest. But yeah, hope people are excited. I had a really cool idea for some stuff that'll happen in, like, probably, like, session 4 and 5 or something like that. Hell yeah. But, yeah, so now, because campaign's coming up, I can actually go into, rather than narrative stuff, it's all like, ooh, encounters. How can I actually do that stuff? The thing is that I can't really go and make some, like, crazy encounters. Not in terms of crazy as in, like, difficulty. Obviously, you guys are level 1, so that would be crazy. But, like, in terms of, like, complexity, because it's just, like, I don't know how your party comp is gonna work out, you know? So I can't be like, oh, let's try to challenge them with this. And it's like, oh, actually, this is the exact thing that the party is going to fail in. Interesting. Should have seen that coming. Just got into the weirdest combo with my stepdad. Oh, boy. What happened? I feel like that's always a wild card with you. Every time he talks about history, I'm like, where are we talking about World War II again? That's like... There's way more interesting periods of time. I'm not going to lend him books, but I can recommend some for sure. If he wants to learn about some, like, interesting periods of time. I know that World War II is, like, a more recent event, and, like, it did go crazy. But, like... And it is very relevant in today's geopolitical climate. But you're gonna look into history, bro. There's so much more interesting shit. It was like the only thing that we could change for me if Germany took over in World War II is that I'd be speaking German. This is after talking about he'd die for Russia, I guess. What the fuck? Okay, but like, if we look into the logistics of it, that's not the case. I was like, I think I'd be dead if Nazi Germany won. I mean, you'd be here. I doubt. Like, this is some, like, man in the high castle type shit. That it's like, oh yeah, Germany actually took over, like, the entire East Coast. Or, like, the eastern half of the U.S. That wouldn't have happened. There's a lot of stuff that we look into World War II that it's just like, I'm shocked the Nazis even got that far. Like, so they couldn't never have won in the first place. No, like, in both World Wars, Germany had everything stacked against them. It's truly shocking that in all of them, they even made it as far as they did. One big reason they got as far as they did in the second one was straight up because there was a time period called appeasement where everyone just let Germany do their thing. Quite literally a period of no one saying, no, don't do that. It's like, had that not happened, people would have been like, they wouldn't have gotten that far. Yeah, he was trying to argue with me that Hitler wouldn't hate me, and I'm like, I think he would have been disgusted with me, and I brought up the Olympics and the reaction to black people in general. Bro, what? I mean, you're 100% right, but it's crazy that this is even like an argument that needs to be made. How in so much all history stuff where they have nukes, which is very implausible because their mindset was that nuclear physics was a Jewish science. It's so dumb. It really says something about the authors and creators and stuff that of that media when they go like, oh, alternate history, but like the Nazis won in World War II, and it's just like, I mean, why is that the fantasy you go to? Why not? So, like, sure, if you want your Nazi fantasy, you could be like, oh, that the Nazis stayed in place, but like, the fact that they won, they took over, like Russia doesn't exist anymore because of it. It's like, what are you on, bro? That's gonna bother me if I leave that there. Go away. So my stepdad thinks that Germany only targeted Jewish people, and I'm like, they didn't. They also just pick off other groups like disabled people and gay people. I have a book that will, in detail, with documents, tell you everything they did. And Slavs, yeah. It's literally, bro, if you weren't part of the club, they hated you. Like, Romani people, yeah, bro. Like, it's, if you weren't part of the club, they hated you. It's just that they focused on one specific group of people at that time. Like, that they were most outspoken about one specific group of people. Stepdad wouldn't even consider part of the club because my nana's Scottish. Like, white purity is so specific. Scottish, I don't think they were a fan of. But they did have mixed feelings about the English, I'm pretty sure. I remember that being a thing when they were like, yo, we're both Saxons. Germanic people. Desired a friendly English state, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that is a bizarre conversation to have. Especially, bro, it's 9 o'clock. What the fuck? Like, go to bed. Drink your tea. Oh, wait, I should add some more islands over here. Is there something with this tip? Do I have to change the tip now? Oh, fucking idiot. He watches so many World War II docs. I feel like there's a lot of information about who the Nazi Germans targeted and who they were and like. Yeah. I mean, I'm just hoping he's watching the right ones. Too much. Too much. Go away. I started doing a weird, like, oh my god, bro, how the fuck am I gonna... Whatever. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. He also believes aliens built the pyramids, so I don't know what is real to him and what isn't. I'm not doing ancient aliens. I'm not doing ancient aliens. That's bullshit. That's bullshit? We all know it's bullshit. If you're normal, you know it's bullshit. But, like, give him any mini Minuteman video. And he will go into depth of, like, why it's bullshit. Big problem. Oh. Wrong button. Big problem is that there's a lot of docs that just don't inform people correctly about stuff. Like, I had to inform my dad after he watched a World War II doc that focused on the overwhelming Soviet army and how they basically held back the Germans alone. And I'm sitting there like, so about that, ever heard of the Allies Lend-Lease program? Yeah. I don't know, man, he got all sad about the idea I wouldn't exist or be normal if Hitler was around, my argument, so we just stopped talking about it. What the fucking... Bro. That was like his whole shtick. Hating people that were like him. Oh my god. Anyways, I'm moving the conversation to something else. Some quick lore. This island here is not owned by anyone. Should be that island. Yeah, that island. Not owned by anyone because there were international treaties signed. And this island is considered neutral ground, where there is buildings where places from the Visayan Peninsula and the Reach are able to conduct business there. Mine then, my island. I claim. Too slow. Oh god. That's not what that means. New mother base location. That's not what that means by neutral territory. Soldiers within borders will rise. Oh my god. Oh wait, hold up. That kind of looks sick though. Yeah, I vibe hard with that. Be kind of cool if Crow's dad was a pirate during his youngin' days. Yo. I mean, maybe. It's up to you. And owned an island? Ah, well, I mean, if he owned an island, he would probably be rocking over here. Which, over here would be where the island would be owned. And we're starting over here. So quite a ways away. This map is also huge. I don't have a scale on here, or do I? Hold up. Overlay. Kilometers. No, I didn't make a proper scale, so I'm not even gonna touch that. But this map is massive. Wink, wink. Sounds like a road trip. Yeah. I think I did the math once, and like this whole stretch, this peninsula, which is connected to a much larger like mega continent, is I believe the same distance as like going from like the tip of Portugal to like Mongolia or some shit like that. It's massive. This world is huge. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah. The idea Crow got to the starting town by traveling with his bestie Vin, a bard, and splitting there. Gravity must be intense. Magic. Magic. There you go. Oh, just drunk. Okay, here. Ooh, I'm gonna need to do a lot of rocks here. Oh, yeah. You see this? It's not there. I mean, there's this little part, but not much else. Commoners have minimum 16 strength. Can you imagine the average commoner in this world just like decking everyone, able to like carry a brick house on their shoulders? Let me just... Lots of rocky stuff over here. Make this shit rocky. Now, why would a landmass just suddenly disappear? Legalize nuclear bombs. There's lore. I mean, it's lore that you'll learn in Session 0. It's not secret at all. Beleriandid Athros. Yeah. Yeah, no, this is... The current age started because this place got nuked, and they're like, okay, well, everything changed after that, so... But this area is still there. Not in the ocean. It's up in the sky, but it's still there. Floating island. That's there. Yeah, I purposely made this world really old and just jam-packed it with a bunch of shit. Not because you need to know all of it or like you'll learn all of it, but just like I want to use this as a sort of like forever world. And so the more time periods that I can make, that I have available to me to create stuff in this setting, the better. Because like right now I have so many things that I can like work on, and which don't require me to make more lore later on, you know? Oh, a big yawn from Luna. How you doing? Bella rubs. It's so cute. Was hanging out with me on the bed. I'm reminded of that scene in Three Houses where that fort gets like randomly nuked and there's no explanation other than, yeah, the baddies have super advanced tech and then they never use it again. They've discovered pipe bombs. That's actually insane. Oh yeah, we've nuked this entire region. Also, we're never going to use it again. Orbital bombardment? I don't know, man. I just assumed it was magic. I can DM you the scene on Discord, Alfred. It's actually insane. Just an orbital strike. Oh. It's like, in, like, Starship Troopers when Buenos Aires gets, like, annihilated. Music goes hard. I will check it out later then. What? I'm gonna add a lot of islands, a lot of smaller islands here and here. So over here, I should just be roughing stuff up. I don't wanna get carpal tunnel. No. Wow. Islands. I wanna, like, one day get, like, a proper, like, cloth map or some shit of this. Like, once it's, like, colored and all that stuff. I want to kind of, like, tone down how I do the political borders for this map because I really want, like, the color to pop from the actual, like, landscape. And I feel like if I do, like, if I use the map that, if I follow along with what I did for the map that I'm using as an overlay, which is not active right now, I feel like it's just going to take away a lot of the color. Granted, I mean, there's literally nothing on right now, so anything, any amount of color would help, but it's like walking the fine line between, like, distinction, like, informational versus, like, aesthetic. Yeah, islands. Sometimes the politics is important, sometimes the geography is more important. Yeah, 100%. The only thing is that, like, I kind of want to have, like, here's a map, here's, like, all you need to know. A lot of times, both can't be displayed without sacrificing another. I mean, it wouldn't be that bad. Like, here you can see the forest, you can see the mountains, you can see the hills, some of the rivers, lakes. So you can see all that stuff, and especially because this is supposed to encompass the whole region, right? The map that I made for this area goes into way more detail. Like, there's a river that exists here that isn't on this map for that reason. There's also another river here that exists that is not on this map, right? Locations and stuff like that aren't there. Granted, I didn't make those yet, but, like, it's with the smaller ones you can get a whole lot more detail. This is, oh my god, please. This one is meant to just be like, here is the entire region. This is the entire campaign playground, basically. And then I gotta make some tweaks for the map that I made for here. But, like, the one that you'll probably be referring to the most, at least at the beginning, is going to be the map that's just for this area, because, like, nothing beyond the borders, beyond these rivers, really means anything to you at that time. But yeah. God, I look at this old map and I'm like, I could have done so much better, especially with, like, some, like, the natural sections, like the forest and stuff. They all just, like, here's, like, a blob. Could have made, like, more transitionary stuff. But with every piece of art I've ever done, yeah, I mean, I look at literally any of my writing and I go, damn, I could have done better. I mean, with D&D writing, it's very few times where I go, like, damn, I should have done that instead. I feel like I'm pretty happy with the stuff that I make most of the time. I see. So, like, that's not really something that I worry about too much. In fact, I actually catch myself for D&D writing going, like, thank God I waited a bit longer. Just, like, the original plans that I had for KU Needham, like, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this and this arc, I'm gonna do this and this arc, and I'm just looking back and I'm like, thank fuck that campaign went on so long so I didn't do that stuff. Because, like, the stuff that I ended up doing ended up being way better. Like, the original ideas I had for, like, Autosmart, like, the country with the Civil War, that had, like, the orc tribes, and, like, that ended up being, and then the religious group that ended up being a cult of Asmodeus, Venus, delete that. that was not the original idea. It was going to be something completely different. And thank God I didn't do it. Like, I was going to involve, like, a gladiatorial fight pit at one point with it. And I'm just like, God, that would have been so stupid. But no, I instead was like, oh yeah, also this country's being taken over by a cult of Asmodeus. Deal with that. Also, your patron is like the king of hell. Hola, Lunette. Meow. Meow. What, do you want attention? Meow. Okay, let me... That arc was a blast. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. It was almost terrible. We got cat. Oh, wait, let me... Stay here. People need to see you. We got cat. Ow! Fuck! Why would you do that? She's upset. She clawed into my thigh. Ouch, dude. Why would you do that to me? I'm like your dad. Friendly fire, actually. Jesus Christ. Oh, here. Oh, have they saved? Yes, there we go. Wow, this campaign is going to be very different, and I really do hope to keep this world. Why are you screaming? Keep this world for many more campaigns to come. I haven't fleshed out. I've written a lot of like surface level stuff for like the world. And the idea is that if I flesh this out, then I end up just overwhelming myself. But it's like, I have to plan everything out before the campaign starts. Like, no, you're insane. But also, because I have like all the surface level stuff ready, it ends up being that like in later campaigns when people want to touch base on that stuff, one, I have stuff that I will then have room to write some stuff. But also players will be able to be like, and then what if this happened? What if my character did this with this faction or something like that? And it's like, oh, that's not what I had in mind, but it sounds cool. And so, just writing stuff when it actually becomes relevant and important, much better strategy than just like, I'm just gonna write all of it. No idea the next Star Wars movie has Ryan Gosling in it? Holy shit. I had no idea either. I mean, I knew he was in Project Hail Mary. Maury's pissed right now. He be showing his teeth and everything. Oh, wild. Is it because he saw Luna by any chance? Psst, psst. They're so weird. I'm across a behind the scenes pic of the new movie and he's just there. What if he's not in the movie? He was just like invited on set. It's just like bring your kid to work day kind of thing. I think he may either be the MC or tied to them. Wild. I never really anticipated Ryan Gosling to be in fucking Star Wars. Lower the roughness because I'm not getting many islands. Wasn't showing more of the stream. I think he missed me and is mad I'm not cuddling with him upstairs. I'm making food right now and he came down in a huff and he's been laying down next to me staring at me with his jaw open. What a little freak. Yo, your fucking cat's weird, dude. Pets are so emotive. Like, my cat is very much just a sassy teenager. My chocolate lab is a grumpy old man. I mean, he's very joyful, but like, he's so grumpy. And my golden doodle is actually insane. It's like a whole cast of characters from like The Office. Who wants the pasta? I'm not eating nothing right now. And he sits next to me enraged. He could be mad that you didn't give him pasta earlier. Wow. Pasta isn't done yet. I thought the pasta was done. Going in, fellas. Doesn't have the brain capacity to understand that a watch pot never boils. Gonna try to pet him? Oh, good luck. Famous last words. Bro, what the fuck? So many sides to this. Who the fuck designed this? I did. I guess he just wanted me to pet him. He's purring. He's so needy. Luna's the same though. There's sometimes where she'll be like screaming at me and running around in circles like around me. And then I'll start petting her and then she'll like calm down and just start purring. It's like, hello? Yeah, I'm airing out your little quirks. Psst. Psst, 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 psst. What, do you want attention? Any? Oh my god, now you want pets, that's crazy. What did I say? Calling around she knows? Yeah, you just want pets, oh my god. She's under my chair. He tried to bite me. This little bastard. That's your child, bro. Ran. I stopped and she got angry. What's up? You're not by the door. You're rubbing up against my backpack. So I don't think you want to leave. Yeah, I don't know what you want. What do you want? I don't know if you guys can hear her very loud meowing. Are you trying to test it out? Trying to test out the mic? This mic is kind of sensitive and my room kind of echoes, so. Oh, wait, hold up. Let's... Oh, something's going on here, but, you know, are we ever going to find out? Probably not. I just think it looks cool. We can hear Luna? Okay, they can hear you. You're on stream. Everyone can hear all the terrible things you're saying. Very politically incorrect. Luna, please. You can't sympathize with her. Come on, educate yourself. Educate yourself. Listen, I try to get through to her. Whoa, dude. What was that? You can't be saying that. In today's political climate? Too soon, bro. Whoa, okay, you need to relax. You need to relax. We're gonna get canceled. And I don't want to go stream on fucking... What's it called? Kick? Or is it Rumble? I can't remember which one. Well, can you relax? You're so cute. Why are you yelling at me? What do you want? What do you want? It's like the Notebook. The Prior's the more right grifter one. I thought both of them were just right grifter. You're right. He wants the pasta. Game knows game. Does he think everything I make is for him? I don't think he thinks it, but like I think he hopes it. He's like, oh, one day I'll get it. Maybe because he's been slipped food while people cook. That could also be it, yeah. I mean, whenever we make food, our dogs are very much like, hey, what's up? Can we win something? I don't. There's other people in the house. I sit down and let him have yogurt and nothing else. It just takes one person, and he starts associating cooking with food time. I mean, he might also just like the smell. But also, yogurt for the cat? I mean, I'm sure that's not bad for them, but like, that's so funny. Luna's hanging out by my D&D books. This looks cool. I like this. This looks so like blah because there's literally nothing in it. Once the mountains kick in, that's gonna be peak. Haha. Pavlov his ass. He likes to smell it. I don't like to actually feed it to him. He's already so insane. Yeah, the pasta's gonna make him more insane. I'm sure that's what will happen. Oh, now you're by the door, so now you actually want to leave. Alright. Alright, Luna, let's go. Donina. Yeah, see. Bro, I'm like bleeding because of Luna. Holy shit. There's hometown is somewhere in the mountains. I mean, what is happening right now? Oh, I can't move the. There we go. Weird chat thing. Yeah. Go wait. Yeah, the mountains are pretty huge, and there's a lot of people that live here actually. Yeah. The Iron Mountains, there's a bunch of like because right underneath the mountains there's a bunch of dwarven kingdoms, and so obviously they have to pop out every now and again, but in the mountains the majority of the people that live here are Goliaths, and so they all live in like communities with like druids who like the druids are the leaders of their communities, and they all have rituals surrounding like weather and stuff. But yeah, those are the people who live in the Iron Mountains. Jörnfjellene in Norwegian. The party freezing their ass off. How much longer? Oh, we aren't even close. Me. There we go. Look, you're really vibing with the idea that Crow's dad used to be a badass pirate, but like now just owns a tavern on the piratey islands. Coastal boy. Lex is gonna make me do a Jamaican accent when playing their dad. The idea that she was born during a snowstorm that happened oddly late after winter so the locals see her as a bad omen. Ooh, that'd be cool. Did not mean to do that. got this stuff left to do. Oh, wait, hold up. Wait, no. Oh, I didn't even get that. Let's do this a little bit here now. Oh, no. Not Crow's dad hitting people with a bumper clot. Please don't. Listen, if you want to write that, sure. I am not going to do it, though. I don't have enough Toronto in me to justify me using that. It's like those videos of like Jamaican dudes pronouncing it the way that like suburban white folks say it, that it's just like bombo clat. It's some of the funniest shit to me. He's from Toronto, his ass fakes the accent. Oh, he 100% fakes it, but like he's also a loser. So I'm not gonna follow in his footsteps. They're gonna lead me to a preschool. True. Oh, the green and wide country also. Green wine. It's gonna be. I don't remember if it's all of this. I think it's all of this, or it might be like a portion of it. No, I think it's like up to here or something like that. I gotta look back in the lore, but yeah, it's literally like here's green fields, here's green forest, and it is also a horizontal country. Had some Indian curry today, and they were straight up playing Not Like Us on speakers. It was wild. I mean, it's a banger. My work defaults to playing like anime openings and like Japanese music over the speakers, which is like fine and stuff. The only thing is that it plays like every fucking day, and so like recently someone has started like queuing up like disco music and like funk, and I'm like, oh please. So now every time I open the store, I'm like, we're setting the music to that. That's the vibe for the day. Disco. And the thing is that it's like disco from like, and like funk and like groovy shit from like like throughout all of time that those genres were a thing. And so you get like Bruno Mars, you get like shit from like the 80s. It's like you get a bunch of shit. So it's great. You get a lot of variety. Whereas with the usual weeb music, it's just like, here's anime opening for Black Clover. Here's the anime opening for fucking Naruto. Here's the anime opening. It's like, please, I'm begging you. Stop. I guarantee you other people like music in English. It's crazy because every other time I go there, they just played South Asian music. Oh, the curry spot? I mean, clearly someone got a hold of the speakers. They're like, today we're doing something different. It's like one of the new guys like, nah, bro, trust me. Curry did hit a bit different today. A bit more of a kick to it. Same mood because I've legitimately got so happy listening to Funky Town at my work because it wasn't royalty-free country pop music. I feel like I'm being like microdose country music. Because it's like, there's like country pop that's like coming up now. Like it's getting more like popular, I guess. I almost said normalized as if it's like horrible behavior. But like, I've been like hearing it all over the place recently. And I'm like, what's happening? We used to be a proper nation. Too chunky. This one didn't even exist before? Holy shit. I went to Food Basics after work today and they were blasting Tell It to My Heart, and it was crazy since I never expected that song to play there. It's definitely more country inspiration and pop music recently. Okay, so it's not just that I'm going crazy. Like it is a theme, a trend. Too thick, bro. Too thick. An amoeba. Oh my god, we're here already. Let's go. Guess I'm not listening to a lot of pop if country is rearing its head in. I really don't like country. Like, I don't like the commercial country. There's like old country that's like good. Like the songs that are used in the Fallout soundtracks. The stuff like Country Roads Take Me Home. Like that stuff is like good. The only thing is that it's kind of like it's the same issue that I have with like some like the hype beast rappers. How like they're just kind of just like we're stunting, and whereas some other rappers are very much just like, hey, like here's some actual, I don't know, it feels like they have like actual substance, whereas the other ones are just like, I'm sick as hell. Commercial country feels like I got a beer and I'm on the back of a pickup truck. Like, okay, cool. You've been singing about this for like 3 albums now. Like, what are we doing? Which I admit very much sounds like that Jaden Smith thing of like, can we talk about the economic and political state of the world right now? But it's also like, I don't like hearing just people like just like beating it on a mic and just like, yeah, this is the album. The only thing good about country is black people and women. Okay. Some other countries are very solid, but I hear modern country and it's very samey. Commercial country feels like racism and incest in songs. Like, I'm so biased against it. Yeah, I mean, like, wait, that was wild? What? Sure, kind of a wild comment. Listen. You said it, not me. I'm fine. Sorry. No, it's what's it called? It's just, I don't know. I feel like it's just the very much the industrialized music scene, because there's, I mean, you'll see that with literally any genre. If you got like big studios backing it, there's gonna be a bunch of shit that it's like, make this sound like this. Make it sound the same. Make it sound like, because it needs to be good on TikTok. The chorus has to be really catchy, and it's like, how about you let the artist do what they want to do, you know? Because like every now and then you'll get like an artist that like they'll release like 2 or 3 albums, and you're just like, damn, this is really just the same thing over and over again. And then the studio will be like, hey, you do your thing now. And then they'll release like a banger ass album, and it's just like, can we just let that happen more often? Please, I'm begging you. I will say there are certain sounds and songs that feel so good to my brain. Okay, well that's like, yeah, I agree with that, but I feel like that's a little different. That's just like, ooh, this part's really cool, or like, this sounds great, but like, I feel like that's a different thing than like, this whole song sounds the same, you know? Although it is really funny to see when artists they're like independent, and they do their own thing like all the time, and there's no like studio like bearing down on them to like make sure this sounds like this, and their songs still kind of sound samey. Like Baby No Money's like that. He's got a lot of songs that I like Baby No Money, but he's got a lot of songs that sound really similar. And the things that every now and then he'll throw out a song that's like very different to all the other stuff. Like the one that I think about, like I think about a couple. The song 2, I feel like the songs he's released since 2 have all sounded similar to 2. And 2 is great, like TWO. That one's great. All the other ones sounds very similar to that. Not saying that he's never made songs before 2 that sound similar, but I felt like they had their own thing going on. Meant to Be was very different from 2, and that one was great. I think there's another one called Freaky. That one kind of same like vibes as 2, but like it had its own like thing. Same with Edamame. That's another one that's like yeah, you can tell it's his style, but it sounds unique and different. Whereas all the ones that he's released since 2 to me have felt very, very similar. Still think he makes good stuff, and I'm like, bro, please give me a new sound. Like for country, Dolly Parton clacking her nails together gets me like, whoa, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, Dolly Parton's just great all around. My fave band, Sabaton, released 2 fire albums back to back. Both focus on World War I, the history, and the songs are absolute bangers. And they recently signed to a new label. They've been releasing singles for their new album, and it's been mid after mid, very samey. See, like, I feel like it's just dudes in suits being like, we have to play it safe. We have to play it safe. We can't risk this artist that we just spent so much money to acquire. Drop something that's slightly different and maybe it'll miss. Okay, just talk about bands. I love Metallica. Fair enough. I've never really listened to Metallica. I've listened to a lot of AC/DC. Now that's a band whose songs all sound the same. Like Metallica when they aren't assholes. Oh, yeah. What do you mean? Don't you love copywriting music? I do find it funny that they try to go on a live stream and play their own music, but they got like DMCA'd because they were playing their own music. It's like I only like their older stuff, and there's this part where they go, oh, I'm just thinking of, I don't know if it's the same one, but like Oreo, I'm just thinking of oh my god, what's the movie? Disney movie, video game, Wreck-It Ralph. They have like the Oreo guards on the side and they go, Oreo. I'm going to assume that that's what you're talking about because I don't know enough about Metallica to be like, yeah, that's what it is. Finally, we're out of the peninsula and onto the mainland. Wow, a lot of progress today. That's literally it. They took it from Frayed Edges of Sanity. Okay, sick. So it was a reference. I was a child when that movie came out, so to me, that was totally original. It's the opening. She penning on my Sula till I'm mainland. I need to get like a fucking soundboard. Road to the Cold Lands. If you go far enough north here, you will find elves that are the size of gnomes. Okay, now... I have Webtoon because there's an artist I follow who has their own Webtoon, and I wanted to read it. I read a little bit of it, but never like really continue with it. Not because it was bad. I was just like I got busy with other shit. But like because of it, I haven't. I thought that I was gonna keep up with it, and so I turned on my notifications. The only thing is that I haven't kept up with it. And I haven't turned off notifications, and so now I keep getting like multiple times a day, like Webtoon going like, you should read this romance manhwa about some rich dude and this girl who is poor but now has to like pretend to be rich, and like could they be in love? And it's all like that. But like Webtoon keeps sending me notifications being like, you're probably into this, you know? Didn't know how Metallica were assholes. Kind of don't even want to listen to their new stuff. Just doesn't have the same vibe, you know? I don't know too much about it, but I know that Metallica really pushed hard with the whole like copywriting people that play their music and like DMCAing people. There's one BL that's the weirdest, grossest concept. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of BLs that are like really wild and out there. Ancient Egypt. Wait, hold up. The gods, okay. Depending on how freaky it is, it might just be historically accurate. Because there's some crazy shit that happens in Egyptian mythology. One dude sneezed another dude into creation. The lettuce. Set, Horus, you know, uncle and nephew. Oh. That's not great. I mean, okay. Also, if you do anything that's like God related, you kind of have to be like, I'm gonna be reading incest, you know? And Horse is the top, which is like, wait, I do like how you have an issue with that more than the incest. I can excuse the incest. I'm drawing the line at Horus the God being the top. Do I have an issue with all of it? Sure. I believe you. Totally. The being the top thing is crazier because they straight up were beefing over who was gonna be the top. Like in mythology or like in the webtoon. Adam, are you following this webtoon? Mostly because, like, why would Horus betray his dad like that? Not only is that his uncle, but also his dad's murderer. No, I'm talking about the mythology. Ah, okay, okay. Today, because it was like super slow at work, I ended up, what's it called? Like cleaning the entirety of, like I went through and like dusted the whole Warhammer section. And because of that, I was just going through, like, just, you know, boxes of products. And I'm like, damn, I want to spend money, but I know I really shouldn't. Mythology and involved Horus eventually topping because he made Set eat lettuce that was covered in Also, they make Set the embodiment of evil, like a cringe emo sad boy, and it makes my skin crawl all the time. Oh right, I forgot Horus did that. Huh. Mythology's great, eh? Wild. Me defending the ancient Egyptian gods. They're not that bad. Me realizing the BL is accurate. That's what I'm saying, bro. Sometimes you're gonna be reading some shit, like some webtoons, and you're like talking about the gods and stuff, and you're like, damn, this is freaky as hell. But like, it ends up like you look at the myths, and you're like, oh man, that's crazy. Aiden sent that pic of the Gilman mini today, and it immediately made me want to get a Primark mini of my own, but also money. I have 10, only one is official. Which is the official one? Horus? We were just talking about him. How does he feel about lettuce? Was that his secret weapon against the Emperor? He's like, hey dad, check out this salad I made for you. It's kind of a freak as we've learned. You have over half the Primarchs? God damn. That we know of. Okay, Lindsay Nicole. I think that's her name. Yeah, okay. Got my fucking science communicator names right. Two of them kind of got gotted before the Horus heresy. Oh, they checked out early. Logged off the server. Lion, Fulgrim, Purdy, Russ, Dorn, Sengi, Gilliman, Magnus, Horus, and Korax. I legit have no idea what happens to them. Huh. Aiden, have you painted all of those? Primarchs had their minds wiped of them? Wild. You know that definitely had to be like the writers there going like, we can't figure out what to do with them, but we want them to leave. Mind wipe. We don't gotta worry about it. It's as simple as that. Painted Vulcan twice, Ferris and Alfarius in columns, though. It said painted them all. Wild. I've been itching to get back to painting my my Tyranids. I want to get those nice purple bugs. Because I want to get more minis, but the thing that's stopping me from getting minis is the fact that I don't have space for them. And also, because I have no space for new minis, I go, cool, paint the minis that you have now, and then maybe once you finish that, maybe eventually you'll have more room. I don't know how that's going to work, because I doubt when I finish painting them, I'll be moved out of here. Doubt that. So... But it's just, it's a good way to keep myself from just spending money. Gilman was the last I had to do of the ones I had. God, I love bugs. I still have my paints set up on the table from last Friday. See, the thing is that I paint on my desk, the one that I'm like sitting at right now. So it ends up being that like, if I want to paint, like, I gotta get all my shit ready. I gotta clear my desk of all that other stuff. And then, you know how it is. Just waiting for paint to dry. I was like, cool, I did this one step. Now I just wait. That's why it's always great to like paint in bulk, but like... Which, I mean, with Tyranids, you usually just paint in bulk. Because just, there's so many. And to do that when my brother's not home. Yeah. Just gone. I'm at least able to use the table. He's usually set up to have my station. Nice. I can't really do that. The only other spot that's like usually empty is in the house that I could potentially use would be the desk that's in the basement. Thing is that has my dad's computer, and although he doesn't use it all the time, he uses it enough that if I just like start leaving shit there, he would get like pissed off by it. It's just like, what are you just leaving all this shit here? On top of that, Luna walks through that desk all the time because we have all her food on a shelf that's right next to it. So if she wants to like get up on there, she will usually climb up onto the desk and then hop onto the shelf. Damn, dude. I don't know if you know this, but someone beat you to it. We already have maps of the world. We call them globes. Shit! Damn it! Thanks for stopping by, man. This is a globe that we're working on, although it wouldn't be a globe because it's just one region. Although we could do that, like that globe of Poland. That would be funny. Sorry to break it to you, Chief. Looks so fucking cool. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, right now I'm just doing the really tedious part that is like, because I don't really like having all these like just curves like this. I don't think they look jagged enough, because I feel like if they look jagged, they look cooler. So I'm just going over all the edges and just make them making them look a bit more rugged. And today's stream, we started around this area, and now we're over here. So a bunch of progress. We also did these islands, which is cool. The power of just mindless yapping. But yeah, I want more Tyranids. I just don't have the space for it, and I really shouldn't be spending the money. Disassociating and map making, pretty much, and talking about Egyptian mythology and how it's wild. God, I know that a lot of these changes that I'm making are very much not noticeable, and they will not change everything, but I'll notice it, and it will change everything for me. And I'll just be like so upset if I don't do this. I think after I finish, because I want to stream myself finishing this map, or yeah, hopefully I can finish it on stream. If not, I might have to finish it off stream if I end up having to like rush through things. After that, I was thinking of either streaming God of War 2 or Hades 1. That's the one that I have. In the Greek mythology mood, I guess. Hades. Bro, I need you to play that one. I own it. I've played it. I've started like 2 saves. It's just, I don't know why, it just never clicked. As your number 1 fan, I demand it. Alright, I'll do Hades. I'll do Hades, and then I'll do God of War 2. Just so we're not just fully submerged in the PS2 era. Yippee! Ugh, I keep hitting the zoom in button by accident. This does look like without the overlay. Please stop. 1 click. Make it more jagged. More. That clip of Adam Driver in Star Wars just screaming, and the monkey getting faster as it swings around on the branch. One of my favorite videos ever. I'm so glad there's creative people on the internet, because who the fuck thinks of that? I'm gonna upload this VOD on YouTube later, and I really hope that it doesn't ding the music here, because this is a playlist that's meant to be like stream friendly music, but I know YouTube's a bitch, so hand is fucking cramping up. Lex, I don't know how you do this for so long. I zone out, but like, does your hand not hurt? Also pop my joints, that's fair. I was looking through this earlier today. Tome of Beasts, Volume 1. Really cool stuff in here. Early access for the new skate game came out, and it already has cosmetic microtransactions. What the fuck? Sometimes I'll lock in so hard, my hand will hurt for a couple of days. Holy shit, dude. That's insane. Is the early access of Skate free? Or is it like you have to pay? I'm assuming it's paid. Oh, it's early access, not like beta or anything like that. It's free? Oh shit. And it has microtransactions? That's weird. Hasn't happened for a while. Fair. Whenever you show us your like anatomy drawings, like when you're drawing all the models, I'm always imagining, like, especially when the ones that are like, oh, you got like 20 seconds to do this one. I'm always imagining like your hand like cramping up during all of those, because holy shit. Cool thing about the props at Sheridan is that they force us to be in so many different positions for art that we never really stress out our hands. Oh, okay. This is a fucking battle pass and loot boxes, apparently. What the fuck could Skate offer that warrants a battle pass and loot boxes? Loot boxes, I guess I can understand, but a fucking battle pass? Fortnite battle pass. I just shit out my ass. Cosmetics, literally just career drawing is more shoulder based. You sit down to do it, you'll fuck up your shoulders so bad, so I usually stand for it. Everything that they're pushing right now is cosmetic at the moment. Okay, that makes sense. Honestly, microtransactions that are cosmetic based don't bother me. I don't care for it. It's like, if it changes the game, then yeah, that does bother me. But like, if you're choosing to spend money to have your character look cooler, go ahead, dude. Do whatever you want. Early access is surprisingly small, only 8 gigs. Oh, I mean, yeah. I feel like I'm just so used to like the Western game dev here. How do you know 150 gigabytes? I think I'm so used to that that I'm just like expecting Skate to be like a 70 gig game, even though realistically, why would it be that much? If Skate was more than 15, I'd be like, what are we doing? Anyways, we finished the peninsula and the mainland. Now we can go on to do the islands. I mean, technically this is part of the mainland also, of a different continent that wraps around from the north. I was thinking the other day about how there's a lot of stuff I do in school that I don't explain. Like, you guys were surprised that the figure drawing always has naked models. Always. Skate 3 was 15 years ago? Fuck, dude. That's terrible. Yeah, well, I just... Like, the fact that they're always naked was the part that shocked me. Like, the fact that you had naked models wasn't shocking. It's just the fact that it was, like... It was never once, like, someone with clothing. Because, I mean... I don't know. I would have thought that there would be something to gain by, like, learning how to draw someone while clothed. But, I mean, I guess you get more out of it by just seeing the body straight on. I didn't go to art school, so I don't know all the theory behind it. It's a third year thing to draw clothed people because it's harder. Ah, I see. So it's kind of like a battle pass. You'll eventually unlock cosmetics for the models. We do paint clothed people sometimes, not always. Oh, interesting. This kind of looks like the battle pass. Blah. Ew, no. Make it jagged. Me playing the new season of DRG. Also, every desk in our department can be adjusted to be on an angle. Oh, that's cool. Like, I always forget to do that, but it's possible. God, what I really want is a standing desk. Like, so badly. My mom has one upstairs, and it's so nice. After I'm moving to in November, we're getting standing desks. God. Whenever I go to the library, they have like the central one. They have standing desks, and it's just like it's always like the first desk that's taken. The only thing is that I never see people use the standing feature. I use it all the time. Let me. My legs are kind of sore. Oh. Oh, my knees. I have legs. There was a mini I was gonna use the next session of Curse of Strahd before I like put everything on hiatus. That is just waiting here
I really want to show it to you guys, but I only want to show it off when I put it on the table, which at this point I don't know which one when it's gonna be. And fuck it, I'll just show it now. Yeah. Now, this fucking guy, he's so punk, he is. I was really happy with how he turned out. He can piss right off. What is your deal, man? Let me try to traumatize my players in peace. Come on. We're all friends. It's not even linked to my character. I don't like this at all, actually. Oh, wait, you know what? Let's do that. And this. And then this. There we go. Okay. I just hate him. Okay, I've reached the point writing fam/NPCs that I need a doc to tell me more about the world, politics, geography, because I don't know how specific you've gone in some areas. Okay, yeah, if you're getting to that level of detail, just wait until next Friday. It's almost there. Oh, wait. Oh my god, I just realized I didn't switch back. There we go. I was busy doing that. First time streaming, I guess. So, cool thing about this part here. This part is part of a mainland of another supercontinent. The only thing is that it wraps around like the North Pole. Yeah, I'm waiting. I just don't want to write more. If I want to say an NPC or two have ties / are noble houses, I do have some stuff. That island in the circular bay reminds me of the port of Carthage. Ooh, neat. That's not what this is. This is like a very snowy area, and during the God War, at one point, one of the gods lost their hammer, like their main weapon, and it crash landed here. And now this island, that's where the hammer is, and it's like become like a home now, where it ends up like people have just like built buildings around the hammer. So now if you show up to it, you literally see like a massive fucking hammer. Well, I mean, no, because it's like the size of like it could crush a city. That's how big the hammer is, and so people just decided to build on top of it. At least this fallen weapon didn't end an entire civilization. This one didn't. There are other times where weapons have altered the geography here. For example, you can see that on the old map. This river here is called the Spear Run because during one battle, I forget which god it was, one of them who uses a spear ended up scraping the ground, so it like carved up this entire river. What do you mean by that? Of giant objects having civilizations built on top of it? Wait a sec, why is there so many fallen weapons? I mean, okay, there's only one here. This one was this river was made because a spear like cut the ground. It's not that a spear was dropped. The god scraps? Yeah. Yeah, the gods beefing was hella important. And it's like the first piece of lore that like you guys will learn about at session 0. Go away, Google. I don't want your updates. The girls are fighting in a secret girl language I'm missing. Yeah, why not? That looks cool. No, that goes out way too far. I don't know what the fuck I'm on right now. This place did not just magically... I mean, it could have magically just grown more. Why is it so... Okay, yeah, I just gotta make it smaller. That's my problem. Alright, you know what? Give me a moment. I'm thirsty as fuck. I'm gonna get some water. quick Adam take over the stream? Lecture modded. You can do so much to the stream. Also got chocolate. Oh, I missed it. Hopping off for the evening. Still got work tomorrow, waking up for 7-ish. Fair enough, man. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. It's cool to hang with you. God, I gotta clean this tablet. Okay. Where are we? I guess I zoomed in the map. Look forward to seeing the progress next time I'm able to watch. Hell yeah, man. I'll be posting progress pictures in the server. The first few of them are probably going to be really boring because, I mean, probably next stream will be more, well, there will be more progress at the end of the stream because, I mean, we did a lot today in terms of like doing the edges here. Did a lot of edging today. So I wanna finish with this bit at the top and this bit down here. Maybe this bit also. Yeah. And then tomorrow I'll do this, and then I can start actually putting down the mountains and rivers and such. Ew, I don't like how it's so globular. Ugh. It's a lot of words. Too bad I'm not reading them. I really like references because every time Aiden is around, he just activates and is like, here's an impression of that meme. Aiden's kind of like a soundboard in some ways. So I get to hear him in my head doing the DW I can't read meme. That's the autism. Special interest. Dinosaurs and impressions. I really need to figure out how to enable like a soundboard on here, because that would be fun. Also because I would just fill it up with like sound bites of like Astro Goblin bits that no one is gonna get, but it'll make me happy. Not two autistics who love dinosaurs. I mean, it doesn't that like kind of come free with your autism? From my understanding, there's a lot of overlap in the community. The two biggest pieces of media that I've been consuming recently have been Rainer Vase Jr. streams, obviously, and like VODs, because I never catch the streams. They're in the middle of the day when I'm doing stuff. And Astro Goblin videos, which have all been phenomenal. What is it about ancient lizards / birds that make the autistics go wild? Oh. I don't know if he's still here, but Apollo, big into birds. Big into birds. He used to pay for like the Fortnite subscription just so he could get like the bird skins that they would release. Putting him on blast, and I don't think he's even here right now. That's nuts. That's what I told him. Found out my classmate Petra actually spent 2,700 on Genshin, not just 2,000, which that has to be some kind of addiction. $2,700 on Genshin Impact? Hello? That's when you do an intervention. I mean, I think at the $500 mark you do an intervention, but 27? She doesn't even play anymore. That's one of those, if you spend that much money, you better be playing it until you die, bro. She just has virtual characters, I guess. I'm judging hard, bro. I'm judging. Is she not a student? How can she afford this? She's a student, no clue. Damn, bro. She's absolutely running drugs. How else are you gonna get that much financial capabilities?
imagine her whole paycheck from work just... Ugh. Oh god. That's terrible. See, a lot of the times I'm thinking like, damn, I'm not doing good financially. And then I hear stories like this, I'm like, I'm A-okay. I could be better, but I'm fine. So she added it up and that's how much it was. Bro. And the fact that she told you too, that's crazy. If I learned that I had done that, like that's how much money I spent, I wouldn't be telling anyone. That'd be the end. I would see that and I go like, cool. in game. I was talking to her today and she was like, I never need you to get into gambling. Like with, well, more serious gambling, yeah. So I was like, don't download any more gotchas. You know what you should download? FanDuel. Get into sports betting. Just exist. Now she's obsessed with hot anime women, so it wouldn't appeal to her. I mean, listen, you could probably use FanDuel to bet on like WWE fights. I feel like that's pretty close. I feel like I'd ruin her life recommending that. I actually don't know if you can bet on WWE, considering that I believe it's because it's scripted. I don't think you can do it. Crow would have fun doing WWE fights. He'd be like, I'm in theater, hee hee. It's just drag. Basically. At some point in the campaign, we'll put Crow into this world's equivalent of RuPaul's Drag Race. With a host who loves fracking and all. Nice. Jeez, I keep zooming all the way in. Ew, this part looks ugly. Oogle. Low-key, I'm giving Crow my whole thing about being from a certain cultural background but not knowing anything about it. With his mom being an orc, but him not knowing anything about the orcs, really. Oh, interesting. That sounds fun. I mean, not for Crow, but a really cool thing to explore. He's like, well, obviously I'm green, but I'm not green enough. Oh my god. Green Bone Saga reference? Jade City reference? God, I'm so not excited for the official RPG for Greenbone Saga, because I looked at the rule set and I'm like, ah, man. This could have been way cooler. The fact that it's like, it's a dice pool system with like multiple different types of dice. I'm like, what are we talking about here? A dice pool system for a wuxia like combat fantasy world? Like, what are we talking about, dude? And then on top of that, the fact that it's so like fiction first and not, they don't have like actual concrete combat rules. It's like, that's the whole point of the series, bro. It's all about like martial arts combat. What are we talking about, bro? Ay, ay. Yeah. I'm making progress with my RPG. I gotta finish like translating a bunch of stuff from the GBS language onto the original language, and then I should be able to start like sending it out to people and be like, hey, you want to test it out? I can run this for you. Hello, please. Get more play tests in. It is cool, yeah. I'm excited about it. Excited for you? Thank you. Have a good night, Aiden. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Think you'll get a lot of people. Thank you. I hope so too. I mean, I'm thinking of like, I want to get like I guess like an SRD and like
get like a play testable version of the rules ready, and maybe write like an adventure for it, and with that I can start like actually running stuff and like putting stuff out there so people can see it and like test it out. The thing is that like I know it's going to be one of those things that like it's not going to get a lot of eyes on it, especially on stuff like Drive-Thru RPG, but it would be cool because even if it doesn't get a lot of eyes, I would still be putting my name out there, and it still, I feel like, would be cool. I don't know, maybe I will eventually release like a second edition that one actually gets people talking. Alright, have a good night, Lex. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Does that look like that's pretty good? I'm gonna do these islands and then this bit and call it a day. All this other stuff I'll do tomorrow. So hell yeah, you should do a whole video on the game, like intro and how to play when it's all pit out production. Yeah, I really should do that. But yeah, have a good night. Take care. If you're interested, I'm also streaming tomorrow. Love you too. Ooh. It's always so nice when people, like friends, show up for the stream. I believe this part that I'm detailing in right now, this is all technically some lore for this world. This nation over here, Portoaus, or whatever, Portoaus. Get the little fucking tapped R there. Portoaus. This nation, naval superpower, and it's kind of like a mix of colonial Portugal and Republican Venice. And so I believe I made it so that all of these islands are actually they're under the control of Portoaus. During there was a whole expansion of power that Portoaus did at one point, where they had a fleet under the command of this one dude. And he fought a big ass war with some pirates, and he succeeded, drove them away, took control of all these islands. And then he went off over here. These islands are more stylized after, what's it called? Maori culture. and like Pacific Islander nations. And I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. And so, what's it called? Ooh, I like the idea though, these guys being kind of like brittle islands. It's kind of sick. And so after taking control of these islands, he's like, nah, you know what? I gotta go for the big ones. And he failed miserably. It did not go well. And I can't remember if he died there or he just went like, you know what? I'm fucking retiring because of how badly it went. Pretty sure he died in that story. But yeah. Oh, that was that. That was that for him. And I have it so that he came from these islands, I believe. And like this entire coast is where the fleet was built. Or is it here maybe? So I have like the names kind of like line up. And then these islands are part of an archipelago that was named after him once he took over the place. Because it used to be just a bunch of... It used to be a bunch of like independent city-states, much like this region over here. And then he just came in and he's like, nope, you all answer to the Duke or Duchess of Portaos. And, I mean, the people that lived here, including many pirates, they fought hard to keep that independence. Unfortunately, the Armada was far too strong. So, this is all now part of the colonial stronghold of Portaos. Top of that, Portaos, I believe, controls this island? I believe it's this island. Because they ended up fighting a war with the Reach, which is this whole big island, which is still... The Reach is kind of like a confederation where when they deal with international affairs with other nations outside of their region, they all kind of band together to be part of one nation. So basically, so that all the nations here, all the actual sovereign nations here are what's it called? They're represented in the diplomacy that happens outside of the country, but there are multiple countries within it. I haven't really decided if it's these three, or maybe if it's split off into other ones. But in this map, yeah, during the Age of Power, you have the Crown of Bel, the Relikian Empire, and the High Kingdom of the Western Reach. Those ones were the nations of the time. I feel like I could make it so that you've kind of like broken up and there's multiple now. It would be cool to have it be like, oh, there's actually like 5 or something like that. Like this bottom one could be one. I could have another one that's over here, another one that's here, and then this one is here. Maybe. Kind of making shit up as I go. Because, I mean, the big first chunk of the campaign is going to be here. And unless someone gives me a backstory that involves the Reach, I'm really not gonna bother expanding much from it.
But yeah. It's a fun time though. I really do like seeing what new stuff people bring into the game. Because I gotta be honest, there's so many times in the last campaign that I ran where I had one idea and then people started theorizing about the clues that I was leaving behind, what they could mean. And the conclusions that they came up with, I was like, oh, that's way better, dude. So I ended up changing it. So I was like, oh yeah, no, I can't believe you caught on to it so early. I'm like, that's way better. This one looks kind of funny. We can make it like super spiky and have it be kind of like a dangerous island. Okay, almost there. Like a messy island there. There we go. I forget what it was, but you said earlier that there was like a whole arc with the previous campaign with like a nation that was at civil war, and how like it ended up being that there was a religious group that ended up being a cult of Asmodeus. That was I had an idea for that plot and the motivations behind Asmodeus and why he would do this. And my idea was simply that he was just power hungry and he was just trying to get a better grip on the prime material plane so he can just like drip out his house better, right? Basically, only just more power. But Adam, who was here earlier, he knows a lot more about like canon D&D lore, and he was like, oh, maybe like Asmodeus is doing this to like power his army in the blood war that's happening in hell. And I'm like, oh man, that's a way cooler reason for it. Which, I mean, the blood war isn't like relevant to the story, but it's just cool background information, right? Cool reasoning. Explanations don't really have to be like explored, right? It's just like, oh, why is he doing this? Like, oh, because of the blood war, which is like it's a planar event. It's huge in D&D canon. There's a lot of like big players involved with it, right?
So like being like, oh yeah, this is the thing that's happening, is like, and just leaving it at that rather than like, oh, and now we're gonna fight in it or something like that, is that's enough for it. Ooh. I might have to remap this tablet because I keep pressing the wrong buttons. Ooh, maybe we can have like this side is kind of like has all these like sharp edges. Kind of like the southwest of Ireland has like this jagged part of rock like that. Let's make it, let's cut into here. Make it a bit longer, and that it actually like is taking a chunk out of the island. That would be cool. It's a lot of trusting the process right now. Awful. I hate that. Don't like that at all. So let's blend this all together. But then we'll get like a... Still get that like shaky bit. Let's make it so that start from up here. It's better. Let's make the bits chunkier though, rather than so like stringy, I guess would be the word. Except I don't think it would be the word. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's take away a bit. Kind of like sharpen them. Let's do like a swoop like that. Make it sharp. Here and there. Okay, that's cool. I like that actually. We could call this something like the teeth or some shit like that, you know? The teeth of Garu or something like that, because Garu's the name of the goddess of the sea in this world. Or maybe there's like another entity that is thought to live in these waters. So maybe it's like the teeth of whatever that entity might be. It's a lot of free-flowing idea making, you know? It's a fun time. Oh, I want. It's one of my. It's really my favorite thing about D&D. Just like a lot of creativity. You can literally just do whatever the fuck you want, and it'll work, or it has potential to work. Because obviously there's good and bad executions to everything. Then almost there. Let's do this. These islands. Let's just kind of like make this just messy. Don't really know what I'm doing, but something is happening. Is it good? Is it bad? Who's to say? Once again, just smattering islands all over the place. Like that. That's fine. This is just like a weird section, but like it's the whole island that gets cut off. It like goes off. But honestly, Iberia is a square, so not that crazy. Alright, let's just save just in case once again. Alright, so we did a lot of progress today, actually. We started around this area, got all the way around here, did this also, did this, and did this. Prior to that, I had been for like weeks doing all of this. I don't know, that's the power of disassociation and map making, you know? Just yapping. Let me back here. Alright, YouTube, thank you very much. I'm gonna end the recording now. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the art and the tunes and the hanging out with friends. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. I'm very tired now though, so I am gonna promptly head to sleep. But yeah, hope you guys had a good night. Take care.